Minnesota Representative Keith Ellison became the second member of Congress to endorse Bernie Sanders yesterday. Ellison says he supports Sanders because of his commitment to raising the minimum wage, abolishing private prisons, and other liberal goals. A representative from Arizona has also backed Sanders. Hillary Clinton has a pile of endorsements from Congress and beyond. Stay with WCCO for continuing coverage of tonight's debate and campaign 2016.
Fire investigators believe the mother of 3 children killed in a North Minneapolis fire was not home when it started. This fire claimed the lives of 6-year-old Latorius, 5-year-old Latoria, and 23-month-old Latoriana. Investigators ruled it an accidental fire, likely caused by a stove being used to heat the home. From the beginning, Tanisha Stewart claimed she was inside that home when the fire started. She said she did everything in her power to save her children, but investigators do not believe she's telling the truth.
When someone is being interviewed at the scene by the fire investigator and does not smell of smoke, is not coughing, is not exhibiting any signs of smoke inhalation, does not seem impaired by smoke, that would render the story we've been giving as somewhat useless.
Investigators believe if Stewart had been home, everyone would have made it out safely. It's now up to the Hennepin County attorney to decide if she will face charges.
The family of an 8-year-old girl says she died of carbon monoxide poisoning in a boating incident on Lake Minnetonka. Sophia Beckler was a second grader at Concord Elementary in Edina. In an email to families, the school principal says her parents confirmed her cause of death. Wayzata Police and Fire responded to a 911 call Sunday at the dock near Cove Restaurant in downtown Wayzata. Sophia was unresponsive when emergency crews arrived. They took her to Hennepin County Medical Center, but it was too late. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is not releasing details of what led to Sophia's death. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 180 people have died from carbon monoxide related to boating problems since 2000.
A Columbia Heights school board member accused of making offensive comments about Muslims says he will resign at tonight's meeting. Grant Nichols originally said he did not write the comment that appeared on his Facebook page. The post said that Muslims are unsanitary and don't clean up after themselves. Representative Carolyn Lane says Nichols met with members of several Muslim advocacy groups on Friday. She says he apologized, took responsibility for his actions, and then said he felt he could no longer be an effective school board member. Nichols told WCCO he will read a letter of resignation before tonight's meeting.
Officials in Zimbabwe say Dr. Walter Palmer did not break the country's hunting laws. That means the African nation is no longer asking the U.S. to extradite him. Zimbabwe's environment minister says Palmer's papers were in order when he killed the lion using a bow and arrow. Cecil was a collared animal who was believed to have been lured out of a national park. Palmer's paid guide is charged with failing to prevent an illegal hunt. News of Cecil's killing brought protesters to Dr. Palmer's Bloomington dental practice, forcing the clinic to temporarily close. Palmer returned to work last month. Now, Zimbabwe officials say Palmer is welcome to come back as a tourist, but not as a hunter. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has not commented on whether it will continue its investigation.
A Minnesota farmer had to make a quick exit from his combine after the cab caught fire while he was harvesting corn. Grant Johnson of Milan was almost done for the day Sunday afternoon when the front part of the combine caught fire. Take a look at the combine. You can see how badly the flames damaged the machinery. Johnson thinks a bearing failed in the corn head, and it was because it's so hot and dry outside that ignited some of the corn leaves. At first, he kept driving, thinking he'd kind of stamp out the fire and keep it from spreading to his crops, but he had to jump out when it got too hot inside the cabin. He feared he wouldn't have another chance to escape.
Yeah, I guess things could have went differently. I felt somewhat safe and in control and kind of knew the limits and knew where the hazards were, like the fuel tank in the back. And so I kind of took my time to try to save what I could save and then bailed out.
So Bergen told us he's quite thankful that he was alone. A lot of the times the whole family rides along when he harvests.
Oh, sure.
Bergen wanted to thank the Milan Fire Department and a neighbor who finished harvesting his crop. He also says he's thankful he has insurance on that combine. That is an expensive piece of
Very
equipment.
expensive.
For sure.
I know a lot of farmers do like to take their kids out on
Sure,
rides
absolutely.
and other, friends. And yeah, good thing that it was just him and he did the
Yep.
right thing and made it out.
Got out all right.